Hey, g'day everybody, it's Matt here from Matt Carves, and today I'm going to make a sort of like a no lathe bowl. I've done this once before, I think, and I am going to carve it out of that. It's off a balustrade from the Christchurch earthquakes, and I got given it for some reason. Just taking a few nails out there, you don't want to leave the nails in, and I believe that's the only two I can see. So I'm cutting it down with the bandsaw there, and as you can see, what's coming up is I'm going to be using mainly the Kutzall shaping disc. I was going to say burr there because I'm so used to using the burrs. So that's what I'm going to be using, and just tidying it up there on the disc sander, using about a 80 grit, and taking a bit of the old paint off there with the chisel. That's what I've got so far. I'm sort of like I never really thought about this bowl until I started making it, and I probably should have thought about it a lot more. So anyway, so I'm carrying on, and I think I'm going to give it legs. I thought that would be a good idea to do. So I'm going to cut those ovals out on the bandsaw. Here we go. Yeah, so I'm just cutting out these, and so essentially that'll make legs, because I thought it looked a little bit too bulky, and I want this to be sort of like a jewelry bowl or something like that. And I'm going to give it to my next door neighbour because she's turning 80 soon, which is awesome. Okay, so that's it there. I'm not too sure about it, so anyway, I'm going to carry on with the bowl part of it. So just using a compass there and marking around where I am going to take out the bowl and leave that little bit of a rim there. So this is the way I sort of like do bowls and spoons. Sometimes I just do it by eye, but this one's a little bit difficult. So I'll take a drill bit, and you can see me there sort of measuring the depth. And I know about 3 centimeters will give me a good bowl. So I want to drill that down into the middle, and that's where I want to go to. So that sort of like stops you going all the way through to the other side. Okay, so it's a good idea to tuck your shirt in when you're using spinny kind of machinery. So here I am using the Kutzall coarse disc, and it's kind of like quite a shaping disc, I guess you would call it. So here I am, and so this is the kind of like the first time I've used it, so I'm just sort of like getting the hang of it. So if you see me doing something wrong, I'm sure you'll let me know in the comments. So I'm trying it without the guard there. I think it's a little bit, it sounds weird, but I kind of think it's a little bit safer without the guard, because the guard was hitting on things and causing it to move around in an unpredictable way. So I am just going in there, and I'm going in really, really lightly there because I'm coming up to like finishing it off. And it's actually quite nice, sort of like the curve on that, especially with this size bowl. And I'm pretty happy with that so far, but what I'm doing is I'm just turning the bowl around, so I'm not getting into any sort of like weird angles with my body or anything like that. I've got quite a stable footing on all of that, and got a good viewpoint there as well. So that's it there. There's still quite a few chunky bits there. I guess you could sort of get a finer Kutzall shaping disc, but they are quite pricey, so I've just gone for the coarse one at the moment, and I'm using my little disc sander on my Dremel attachment, and I don't have a link for this, sorry. I bought them in New Zealand, so I'm not sure where you would pick them up overseas, but they're quite cool. They're very cheap to buy because they kind of like explode sometimes. So I've decided to, yeah, see, I'm not sure about these legs. I spoke to my wife and she said, get rid of them. And so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut it in half. Okay, so I've got a new tool. It is a grinder, and I've got the attachment for the Beal buffing system. And this works with 3 discs, and you put different compounds on each disc, and they've got to go in the right order as well. So here we go. I'm putting on the first compound. Now this is the first time I've used this also, so I'm probably doing it wrong, or I'm not just getting the best kind of aspect out of it, but it's kind of good to see somebody do something for the first time as well, so you get to see how easy it is to do. I reckon that looks pretty cool. I'm just doing the bowl there, and I'm going to do that face there. So this is the first of the buffing compounds. So it says not to do it for very long. Okay, look at that. That's amazing. Yeah, so I bought it actually for my jewelry because I do a lot of wooden jewelry. And we're putting on the second one. You can just like hand turn it on, and when you turn it on, it tightens up. Looks quite cool actually. So I'm putting on, this is the second compound, this is white diamond. Now I'm not an expert on this, so if you're interested in this, I would probably recommend seeing other channels that give a real good breakdown on this tool. So yeah, I just showed you there what it was like before the white diamond, and then after the white diamond, this is what it looks like. It's hard to get the light there. Yeah, I reckon that's looking really amazing. So and then there's the third one, and this is actually a wax. So this is carnauba wax, and I believe you can get a really sort of like a real shine on this. Depends what you kind of like. So that's before it. And just do it quite lightly. I could be doing this wrong, but it looks pretty good. It feels amazing. It really does. You cannot beat wood. The feel of wood. Okay, so here's the finished product, and you can see that little flower there. I put in a couple of flowers on there because my next door neighbour, she's really into flowers, and I thought it was a nice touch. And I did them with a knife and coffee grind, so if you want to check out the video that I'm linking how to do that, it's super simple. Check it out, and check out the links in the description. Hey, and thank you all for watching.